I need no helm, but I wear one as it is our ritual. It separates me from the one who walks the paths. I am now complete again. I am now whole again. I am what I was always supposed to be. I am a warrior atop a Wraithbone's steed. We charge across the skies. My heart sings as I speed through the air. I am the wind. I am its swiftness. I am its silken strength. I am its power. I am its tumultuous wrath. I am one with the sky. Like a cloud, I hovered high in preparation, all-seeing as the sky, watchful, oft-times brooding. I am surrounded by the lightning that inhabits the clouds. I am at one with my most natural self. Tomorrow, after this skirmish with lesser combatants, I shall present myself to the shrine of the Shining Spears, my last time atop my saddle without a lance. I am a hawk preparing to dive, but all I see are rabbits. The Monkey flee from my brothers, corralled one way then the other, but always the herd is dwindling. We have the right of the matter, we have the right of the cause, we have the right of the purity of our blood. They have trespassed and will pay the price. We do not give quarter to the lesser. They should know their place. It is kinder to teach the few, the better to inform the many. But what doth mine eye see? The Monkey are not all callow striplings and grey-bearded haggards. I spot a flash of white. At last! At last! Long have I yearned for this. Long have I wished to take this test. Long have I wished to match my skills against the vaunted White Scar. I see their formation move, swiftly for their kind, but they are supposed to be the best the Monkey can offer. Born to the saddle, they say of these ones. I have fought Space Marines before, but never these ones. For Monkey, the Marines move fast, they are confident. They know the rage of Calum and Chicane, the bloody-handed god. But of course, in the stale and supine way of the Monkey. They are usually slow of body, slow of mind, beings of different caliber, weaker, clumsier, uglier mockeries of our grandeur. Their similarity, I sometimes think, their worst affront. Time to focus. An Astartes, a space marine, is a worthy foe. Better to give them their due, the honor of undistracted concentration. I must remember this moment. His steed is landlocked. Ah, the pity. I was told that the Monkey once had steeds as ours, ungainly and noxious as they were, but able to ply the skies as we. The Monkey have forgotten how to mate them. No, really. How I laughed at that. But oh, how I wish he was astride the skies as well. Alas, hunt a rat I must. A fast and well-trained, tough rat. But a rat. Well, time for the cat to pounce. I fall on him and fire down with my shuriken catapults. He has spotted me, despite the action all previously being before and behind him. Yet he noticed me from the only quiet water, the skies. Good. Let us do the dance of blades and blood, Monkey. He veers and his speed increases. He knows he cannot be my equal in reach or reflexes, airbound as I am, so he will use the broken city as his shield, his defense. He swears and ducks admirably as the chase begins, me above, him below. My shuriken have the greater speed, but his clumsy bolt has the greater range. But how will he put me in his sights? He lets me know immediately, as a ramp raises him in the air and he twists the bike in mid-somersault, firing those loud projectiles like missiles at me. I twist and avoid this first of his attempts to take a dragon from the sky with clumsy arrows. My response is swift and simple, as I spray shards of monofilament shuriken into his silhouette. I hear some bounce off his ceramite armor, but some penetrate. Ah, Marines are tough, like an orc. But I will call that first blood to me. His vehicle lands and speeds away from me, so he can find another outcrop or angle to launch himself at me. I swivel in the air and turn on the spot and instantly after him. With the great grace. A point I need to prove as I gain further respect for my enemy. He finds a gradient. I am prepared, but he is good. He turns back in his saddle, all the while dodging my fire, to hurl a small object back in my direction. I have to perform a 90-degree turn upward to evade the explosion of a fragmentation grenade. Clever. When I turn back to the ground, he is further on his quest for the correct ground for the finale of our duel. I follow him. I see the blood red seeping out of him from my early hits and swear I will make this swift. A victory due to blood loss is no victory at all. It will be swift and it will be brutal. I see he has removed his helmet, his hair flowing in the winds. I hear him. I hear him laughing. He is alive. I join him. Why not? We laugh as we feel the air around us, the thrill of the chase, the heat of the blood. He with his loud and heavy Dysteria, his warhorse, me with my steed of clouds and lightning. Today, we both rejoice at being alive. For one of us, it ends. Are we so different? Would either of us have it any other way? Today is a good day to live. Today is a good day to die. So, gentle listeners, of our valiant protagonists, who will rise and who will fall? Sons of the Eldar, sons of the Khan, lend your man your strength, for today you decide. The story will be continued in an introduction to the White Scars Legion. Vote now on who should conquer and who should be cast into the dust. In the comments section. Not the thumbs up and down, everyone, please. That is for the video entire. Capital D is for an honourable draw. Capital WS, because White Scars Rider wins. Capital SH, Saim Han Rider wins. Please write all messages separate after voting comments, please, leaving one line between vote and comment, if you are so inclined, of course, gentle listener. But their fate is in your hands. Now, with that out of the way, welcome, gentle listener. I am Baldermort, and I wish to introduce you to the forces and factions of the Warhammer 40k universe. At the request of a good friend, Phil, today we shall cover one of the most proud and most aggressive craft worlds of the Eldar, Craftworld Saim Han. The Eldar are a shattered people, and their light almost gutters out. But amongst the remaining light of that once mighty race, stand proud and shining bright the sons and daughters of Saim Han. Their people may be a dying race, but the unbowed inhabitants of Saim Han reflect one of the most brilliant stars in that remaining firmament. But let us lean on existing lore, existing wisdom, for the introduction of this mighty collection of Eldar warriors, Craftworld Saim Han. To quote, Saim Han, the wild host. The jet-bike-riding kindreds of Saim Han are renowned for their preference for fast, mobile warfare, striking as a serpent before falling back beyond the reach of retaliation. Theirs is a craft world of ancient tradition and proud warrior culture. Saim Han was reputedly one of the first craft worlds to abandon the Eldar homeworlds as the fall approached, and their tribal culture is closest to that of the exiled worlds on the fringes of the galaxy. While other craft worlds see them as barbarous, the bravery of the Saim Han Asuryani is legendary, and they are known to place a higher value on honor than their more enlightened kin in other craft worlds. Their pride, however, has frequently led them to fight unnecessary wars, and even to initiate conflicts with other craft worlds. Nearly all the craft worlds of Saim Han, including its seers, belong to one of the craft world's Wild Rider clans. These warriors are famed for their ability to speed into battle riding jet bikes, and tales of their swift raids and daring rapid strikes are told in whispering awe across the galaxy. Each of these clans is led into battle by a Wild Rider chieftain, who takes the role of autarch. The chieftain's closest family form the kinsmen, who paint their faces with hot blood on the eve of conflict, drink from each other's wrists, and ride to war together as brothers. In much the same way, each group of jet bikes or Viper pilots is comprised of blood relatives, and tend to bear a vivid banner showing their clan's rune. Such preservation of ancient heraldry is important to those of Saim Hann, and it is only during a Wild Rider's time as an aspect warrior that his familial ties are put aside, as devotion to the aspect shrine overrules all other considerations. Unlike the warriors of other craftworlds, who unite in mass mobilization, the clans of Saim Hann are each free to choose whether or not to fight in defense of a particular cause, and it is not unknown for a kindred to go to war without the assistance, let alone the approval, of the rest of the craftworld. It is the nature of the Saim Hann Asuryani, however, that when one clan rides to battle, others will often follow, forming a loose alliance under the banner of the Cosmic Serpent. In such war hosts, each clan is still beholden only to its chieftain, and if a disagreement arises over military or other major matters, they are usually resolved with ritual combat between champions chosen from within the kindred. The rituals of Saim Hann. The Eldari of Saim Hann observe many rites that are unique to their craftworld. Most involve danger, such as the rite of Kotes, the high-velocity race against a clan elder to earn the right to mount a jetbike in battle, and many leave a physical mark, like the ritual tattoo of the craftworld's world rune, that all warriors bear somewhere upon their bodies. Perhaps the most sacred of these rites, though, is the blood bond, a verbal agreement between two warriors that is sealed by drinking each other's slashed wrists. Tales abound of the lengths to which wild riders go to ensure they uphold the honor of such debts. Those that break a blood bond become Blé Deradi, disgraced exiles of the craftworld. It is the ritual combat practiced by the people of Saim Hann that is most dimly looked upon by other craftworlders, however. Where most Asuryani settle disagreements through lengthy debates, those of Saim Hann are too hot-blooded for such wars of words, preferring instead to resolve conflicts with ritual combat. Generally, these duels are fought in a stylized fashion, with the winner decided by first blood, but the aggression and speed with which Saim Hann craftworlders approach every aspect of their lives often mean that fatalities are inevitable. Other Asuryani find such savagery distasteful and backwards, but the Wild Rider clans are equally perplexed by the willingness to waste time in ineffectual discussion, to say nothing of the endless political intrigues and bitterness that follow. Once a decision is reached through ritual combat, even the most fiercely opposed of Saim Hann clans will accept the result and move forward, and so the practice proves to be an expeditious way to resolve even the most complex of issues. Such savagery has contributed to the craftworld's fierce reputation, which has spread across the burning battlefields of the galaxy to such an extent that the distant wail of jetbike engines and the flicker of crimson in the clouds is often enough to sow a seed of crippling fear into the hearts of Saim Hann's enemies. The wild host falls upon its foes in a blur of crimson attack craft, its riders and pilots screaming war cries into the raging winds. Like the bloody spear of Cain, Wild Rider clans strike from above, their warriors mounted upon jetbikes or taking to the skies in craft tanks, whilst their kin sprint into the fray below. In the face of their assault, foes fall back in disarray, stunned by the speed of the attack, or torn asunder in a storm of shuriken fire and energy blasts. The Wild Riders then sweep around for another pass, ready to thin the enemy ranks once more. Jetbike riding kindreds excel at mimicking the strike of a serpent upon the field of battle, able to accelerate from a standstill to blinding speed in the blink of an eye. After delivering their rapid blows, the Wild Riders' hosts often pull back, withdrawing out of reach to reassess. Over the long millennia since the fall, the clans of Saim Hann have temporarily allied themselves to many other Eldari factions. The seer councils of the major craftworlds have all attempted to sway their Saim Hann cousins to join their own particular cause at some point or another, as they place a great value on the martial skills of the Wild Riders. Such entreaties have resulted in many significant triumphs for the Asuryani as a whole, but the obstinate and principled personality of the Saim Hann people means these alliances often end in frustration. For example, the Wild Rider clans often join the war hosts of Baltan in cleansing aliens from maiden worlds, but because they find the extreme xenophobia of the sword wind and its willingness to slaughter non-combatants distasteful, the coalition rarely lasts beyond the defense of the planet in question. Saim Hann maintains a less structured relationship with the Exodites, and spending time upon their paradise worlds has become part of the many rituals to which the Wild Riders clans adhere. Harlequin troops are also welcomed aboard the Craftworld, for the mysterious followers of Segala do not judge those of Saim Hann for any perceived lack of sophistication. It can be said in general that the Eldari of Saim Hann are not as concerned about the galaxy's lesser races as other Craftworlders are. There are exceptions, however. The Wild Riders do not hunt for pleasure, but all clans will attack any orc colonies they locate, launching hit-and-run missions to thin the greenskin numbers and eliminate their largest and most formidable leaders. An even deeper contempt is reserved for the Necrons. Even the least clue as to whereabouts of these ancient foes is enough to mobilize the Wild Riders for a hunt. Unlike the orcs, whose numbers are merely culled, Necrons are destroyed utterly, and their tomb worlds extinguished. To the Imperium, who do not understand the desperate Wild Rider clans, the people of Saim Hann remain an enigma, as likely to ally with them as they are to ignore or even assail them. Always impetuous, the Wild Rider clans are torn with dissent as never before. With the coming of the Great Rift and the influx of chaos, Saim Hann is inundated with pleas for aid, and the growing strife amongst the Eldari means many clamour for the Wild Riders to commit one side or the other. While a few clans have done so, most remain fiercely independent, acting as their impulses dictate at any given moment. The Cosmic Serpent. In Eldari myth, the serpent is the only creature believed to exist in both the material and the psychic universes at the same time. Hence the serpent is said to know all secrets, past and present. Saim Hann means quest for enlightenment, for the Eldari word for snake and secret knowledge is identical, Saim. The Asuryani of Saim Hann bear the world rune that represents the serpent as their heraldry, emblazing it on the cowlings of their jetbikes, grav tanks, and air support. End quote. And there is where we shall end it for today, gentle listener, because I intend to go through all of the individual craft worlds, but also, more importantly I feel, to then go through their politics, how they interact with each other, how they've risen and fallen, and what may be coming in the very near future. Now that Vect is on the move, the Ynnari exist and draw all to their banner. It is a complicated time. I have been Baldermort, your faithful servant. If you have enjoyed my introduction to Craftworld Saim Hann, then please do consider liking and subscribing. If you wish to decide the fate of the White Scar and the Saim Hann Wild Rider there in this story, then please do vote as dictated before. Now, no matter... we've also got one of those payment thingies, the one-off things. It's on my front page. You press a button, you chuck us a couple of pennies. Now, someone did mention singing about, throw a coin to a witcher or something, but I'm not a witcher. Anyway, well, now, no matter what you do today, do try to make some time for fun. Toodaloo.